Hello, this is Ace from Coliwood Studios, and I like to talk about the parks and the new roller coasters that I went to, starting in March of 2022, in which I went to a Florida trip, and that Florida trip had SeaWorld Orlando, in which I got to do Icebreaker for the first time, and I did everything else there. And then I finally went to the Ultimate Park, Busch Gardens Tampa, and I rode out in Gwazi a million times. And that, in turn, was definitely, and still is, my favorite roller coaster. And that was a wonderful trip. Then from there, I opened up Six Flags Great Adventure with everybody else on, I believe it was April 2nd, and I finally got to ride El Toro for the first time in 9 months since it was down. And that pretty much, Trip to Great Adventure opening day was the beginning of the Southeast trip, in which I did Six Flags America, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I got to get on to Museum for the first time at Kings Dominion, and then I went over to Six Flags over Georgia, and did everything there, which was great, and got some coast credits, and I finally got to one of my favorite parks, and got a whole ton of roller coaster credits at Carowinds. So that ended pretty much that road trip I was doing Carowinds. And then from there, I went to Great Adventure, and Six Flags New England, Busch Park, and Golden Park, pretty much in between that time, and Costa Dominion. And which I went to Costa Dominion, I went to Six Flags Down Lake, Watermere, Beach Adventure, and I also went to Six Flags America, and I got off to a high park, and went to Kings Island, and Seapoint. I finally got the first adventure, Costa Dominion, but Costa Dominion, that was like the first part that was the time, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I went to Kings Dominion, Six Flags Great Adventure. So that pretty much all spring parks. Then there were other parks I went to during the summertime, all the way to in the summer. And basically, those parks were mostly parks like Nobles, Lake Mount Park, and also Caliwood, and I went to the Jersey parks, pretty much all parts of Boardwalk, like Singapore, Kingsburg, all the same parks, basically, down in Jersey. And I also had a California trip, which included New Hampshire, and I was in the universe, and I was in the Lake, which I did 4 parks in Diego, and I ran and that was half of my California trip. Then I got Great Adventure, and then I did, which was going to Southeast Florida, which I did Williamsburg, Carowinds, Six Flags Georgia, got to Park, and I got to and Disneyland, and Florida, and then Florida, and I finished off at SeaWorld Orlando. So I turned out down in Florida, and then I got to Great Adventure, and then I got to Park, second pretty much time, and now what a spectacular, great 2022. And then as we get ready for 23, I have a whole bunch of parks to go to in the Pigeon Forge area, Dollywood, which I have like about 10 parks to go to. And I got a lot of new coasters to get on, which I'm excited about, like the Wildcat. And you also have the roller coaster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. And you have a new roller coaster, the Pipeline, Surf Pipeline Coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. And a few other parks pretty much around the area. Not too many more, but those are the big roller coasters that are coming out in 23. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And of course, Texas has a few roller coasters I have to get on too, like the Aquaman Power Splash, and Cotto Land has a lot of new coasters that's coming out. And of course, the Dr. Diabolical Cliffhanger at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And of course, obviously, in Ohio, there's not too much new stuff. It'll be pretty much like the same thing until I get to Holiday World to get a few credits, and Indiana Beach. And that would definitely do, of course, my 23 trips and plans that I have. So there you have it.
Hi, I'm Brian, a production manager for Coliwood Studios, also coaster patchwork guy. In 2022, the parks I got to visit were SeaWorld Orlando and Busch Gardens Tampa for the ACE Spring Conference, which was a fantastic event, from the ERT down in Gwazi, to tours talking to maintenance, to tasty food and beverages at the Food and Wine Festival there. I also got a visit to Busch Gardens Williamsburg with just one day. Me and my brother drove down there, rode Pantheon, completed the Ride 5 challenge, and drove home, which really made Pantheon a special coaster. I got a few trips to Six Flags Great Adventure, one for my nephew's birthday, and then taking my daughter to Boo Fest were quite nice, and to see the other parts of the park was a bit of a nice change. Went to Hershey Park for Dark Nights, which blew Fright Fest and the Haunt out of the water. For their first year, they did a spectacular job. The last park I got to visit in 2022 was Sesame Place with my wife and my daughter. First time kind of to a major theme park. And then I took my daughter to a second time for Furry Christmas, which they really did an amazing job lighting up Sesame Street. Also, I cannot forget taking my daughter to Keensburg and getting her first ride on a roller coaster. She was very excited to ride it. Iron Gwazi really was the star of 2022. Although from the 2020 class of coasters, truly is a masterpiece and is securely a number one coaster. Really, that spring conference trip with Phil and Colin was a once-in-a-lifetime trip and a highlight of the year. As for 2023, there isn't much set up, besides if I'm going to a park, it'll be one I haven't gone to or an ACE event. Although November, I do plan to do the Disney Food and Wine Half Marathon, so Guardians, here I come.
Hey guys, Chris from Coliwood Studios here. Just want to tell you about a great 2022 I had. I made it to about 7-8 different new parks. It started with Coaster Mania, Kings Dominion, Kings Island, Cedar Fair, parks all over the place. Six Flags Georgia. It was a great time. Got on about 80 new coasters this year. I fell 9 shy of 250. Hopefully I hit 300 next year. Yeah, it was a great year. Can't wait to see what 2023 has in store. And I just want to say congratulations to Coliwood Studios hitting 4,000 subscribers. And here's hoping to another 1,000 in the next couple months. And Happy New Year.
This is Jack from Coliwood Studios. I'm here at Universal's Islands of Adventure, and in 2022 I had about 20 new parks, or 20 different parks that I visited, including 2 visits to Universal, and I actually rode Velocicoaster on New Year's Day 2022. So it's kind of fitting that about a year later I'm riding it again, and this is my favorite coaster that I've ridden so far. I'm riding Iron Gwazi in a few days, so we'll see how that ranks up. But I got 25 new credits this year, including trips to Kings Island and Cedar Point. Kings Island was new for me, so that was great to visit, with Colin and Sammy and Tom and James and Phil. And also another great day this year was Thrillathon, and I thought the event was really great. It was definitely a highlight of the year for me. There goes Velocicoaster again. But overall, I think it was a great year for coasters. Hopefully 2023 is better. Another great day this year was at Epcot. I got to ride Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, which really surprised me. I was pretty excited for it, but wasn't overly excited. But once I got on it, it was just great. The ride system is really unique, great theming, great music. Overall, great year. Hopefully, I'll get on all the Busch Gardens Tampa coasters, and I think I'll be around 30 new credits this year at that point. So, yeah, great year overall.
What's going on, guys? It's James from Coaster Complex, and my 2022 was really, really good. I kicked off the year back in March, went over to Carowinds, and then I also did Busch Gardens Williamsburg and King's Dominion. And being on that first public ride, March 25th when Pantheon opened to the public, that was such an incredible experience. It really kicked off the year strong for coasters. Great adventure with everybody, the boys, Colin, Tom, Ace, everybody. It was great this year, and I can't wait to see what 2023 has in store. Other than that, the Coaster Mania trip was pretty solid as well. Coaster Mania, it was kind of mid. But other than that, I really enjoyed Kings Island on that trip. And just, once again, hanging out with everybody was great. So Cedar Point was a lot of fun. Seeing Tom's first reactions, especially on Steel Vengeance and all the other rides, was really cool as well. I remember seeing him come off that ride. The dude was freaked out. It was really cool seeing that. Then also over the summer, we had the Summer Vibes Festival at Great Adventure. That was really fun. Loved going there. I remember what they had in Showcase Theater was really cool as well. With all the old maps and everyone, you can look back at some of Colin's videos from especially I believe the first day we were there. You'll see how awesome it was. Fright Fest was pretty solid too. I obviously started working at iPlace, so I didn't get to go to the park as much. But for my visits I did have at Fright Fest, it was a lot of fun. Also with Holiday in the Park currently going on, really loved that. And the elephant in the room, the biggest thing I did this year was that crazy Florida trip. 2 weeks in Georgia and Florida. Six Flags Over Georgia was great. Seeing Air Force One was awesome. And all the Florida parks in general, every single one was really cool. Iron Gwazi is my new favorite coaster. Universal was awesome, my new favorite park. Hulk was good. Disney was pretty solid. Overall, it was a great year, and I can't wait to see what 2023 has in store.
Hey guys, it's Phil from Coliwood Studios, and 2022 was a spectacular year. We started off the year at Great Adventure. On opening day, we did Running to El Toro, which was just crazy. I thought I was going to drop dead. Then we all went off to Dorney Park. We did the Ace Spring Conference. We went to Seaside Heights. We did Coasting by the Ocean at Wildwood. We did the Southeast trip with Tom. We went to some parks we never went to. I actually went on Pantheon, became my 350th coaster when I was down in Florida. Went on Iron Gwazi, probably the best ride we went on all year. We also got a chance to go, I got another chance to go down to Florida without Colin. I went with Chris, we met up with Ace, we met up with Roderick. We did Scarowinds, we did Busch Gardens, we did Tampa, we did Six Flags Over Georgia again. And then Colin somehow secured some trip to Dollywood. So we got to go down and we did this crazy trip to Dollywood. We drove 11 hours down. We had a bunch of mountain coasters on one day. Then we hit Dollywood the next day. And then I got destroyed on a single rail mountain coaster. And then we made our way back up. And now we're just ending out the year. And that's going to be it. So for next year, we got some big plans coming. Really can't say where. Might be going to be...
What's going on, guys? It's Sammy here from Built to Thrill, and 2022 has been an awesome year for coasters. Seriously, a lot has happened with me and like being in the roller coaster community, and it's been a lot of fun. This year, I've announced 2 roller coasters. One of them is right behind me, Shadow Stalker, opening next year. And then we also announced the Comet Junior, which is an awesome coaster, and that'll be a partner project with Kingdom Coasters. And yeah, it's been a great year, and honestly, you can see all the construction we've gotten through. And we can't wait to open this one out next year, and this has kind of been like an awesome prologue as of like opening coasters next year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Also, I went to a lot of parks this year, so it was a great year in general.
Hey everyone, this is Tom from Coliwood Studios. You can follow me on Instagram at toms_tracks99. And 2022 has definitely been the biggest year for me personally in terms of roller coasters. I got to revisit parks like BGW, King's Dominion, and Six Flags America, but I finally got to all these great bucket list parks and hit some of the must-ride coasters. Finally got to experience Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. Special shout out to Ace for helping make sure that my 100th credit on Millennium Force was in the front row. But I finally got to go to Kings Island 2, Carowinds, Six Flags Over Georgia, and hit all these great coasters that everyone has talked to me about and how I need to ride them. So mission accomplished. And I'm hoping that all the success I had this year in getting to new places and riding new coasters will roll over into 2023. I'm hoping to hit either one of Florida, Texas, or California. I really want to make sure I get on Iron Gwazi and Velocicoasters, so those will be the next 2 bucket lists for me. But I gotta say, we did a lot of running this year. You all saw us running in the opening day vlog from Six Flags Great Adventure. We ran to make sure we were first on Pantheon at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We even ran at Cedar Point to make sure we were first on Steel Vengeance and Maverick. So if you're with Colin, you're going to do a lot of running. So it's a great way to get in shape. I'm thankful, Colin, to you for that. But it's been such a great year. So many firsts for me. I really hope they do roll over into the next year. And I just want to thank everyone that's been a part of it. It's been a big year for me personally as well. Really put into perspective how much all of this means. So Colin, Phil, Ace, Sammy, Jack, James, all of you, thank you so much for making this coaster thing happen. Thank you to everybody who said hi to us in the parks. It really does mean a lot, even if it's just a short little visit with us. I thank everybody for being there along the way, and here's to a great 2023.
If you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in 2023. Goodbye, guys.